We're also hearing tonight from that Texas congressman who confronted rioters inside the Capitol. That moment making the cover of Time magazine. And you see Republican Representative Troy Nehls. He's there in the blue shirt, shoulder to shoulder with Capitol Police. He said he did not hesitate to step in. And I spoke to the congressman today about that moment.
It was really a shocking display of just violent protesting. We were all called. There was the opening session of Congress was at like 1 o'clock. And we were there to have meaningful debate over the issue of the day. And within an hour or so, what I noticed is that there were many personnel, uniformed police personnel, as well as plainclothes personnel. They all of a sudden swarmed into the House chamber and approached Speaker Pelosi and whisked her away out the back hallway. The uniformed personnel then were there to help secure the doors. And there are many, many entrances leading into the House floor, as well as the gallery up on top. And it took many, many personnel to secure all those entrances. We were told, the members of Congress were told to just remain in our place and take a seat. And which many of us did. And then a few minutes later, an announcement was made that the Capitol building, the Capitol, has been breached, and there are protesters in the rotunda area. And that was just a shock. You could almost sense the fear and the anxiety with the personnel inside the House chamber. And then just moments later, I was at the center door. And that center door, those two doors in that photo, are the doors where the President of the United States would walk through when he is addressing the joint session for the State of the Union. And so those doors go right down the middle of the House floor. And that's where I was positioned. And I tell you something, the doors were locked, but boy, oh boy, when those protesters hit those doors, they were kicking them, they were hitting them hard. Their intent was to breach those two doors and then disrupt and enter the House chamber. And I just couldn't allow that to happen.
Representative, you were wearing two hats yesterday, newly elected to Congress from the state of Texas, but you also have 25 years as law enforcement experience as a sheriff. Which hat were you wearing in that moment?
Well, I'm an old retired military officer, and yes, I have almost 30 years of law enforcement. So it was just natural instinct to me to do what I did. I don't, there are people that are saying, no, you and other members from a Texas delegation and another congressman, Markwayne Mullins, they were heroes. I don't think any of us would look at that. We just took action, and it was just a natural instinct for me to help augment, so to speak, the Capitol Hill police, those gentlemen that were on my left and right with their guns drawn, pointing their weapons at those protesters. I was just there to assist them, and I said, hey, listen, I'm an old Texas sheriff, and I'll be here to help you. You are my brothers and sisters in law enforcement, and I'll never forget where I came from. And so I was there, and they attempted several times, the secret security police or whoever they were, they said, sir, you have to leave this chamber. You have to go. And I said, no, I'm not leaving. I'm staying right here.
In fact, you said, I was proud to stand shoulder to shoulder with Capitol Police, barricading that entrance to our sacred House chamber while trying to calm the situation, talking to the protesters. So through that little sliver of a hole in the glass that had been broken through, you can see a face on the other side. What was that person and the crowd saying, and what were you trying to negotiate to them?
One day I would like to meet that young man. He appeared to be maybe in his early 20s and 25, 30 years old, and he was angry. You could see it in his eyes. He said to me, he said, you have that Texas mask on. You should be with us. What are you doing? And I said, young man, this is not the way we conduct business. You do not resort to violence. We should be able to agree to disagree. but you have breached the Capitol grounds. You have overcome Capitol Hill police. We've had police officers that have been hurt. And then you've entered the Capitol and you've destroyed, you've broken windows, and their behavior was unacceptable. I told that young man, I said, what you are doing is un-American, and we should be better than this. I told him, they said, get away from the door, go back. We do not handle our differences this way. But I could just see in his eyes, as well as some of the other protesters, that they were very, very angry. These were very, very angry people.
And the congressman and the Capitol Police were very brave in those moments.